So let's talk about Candice Owens. So her paymasters are turning against her because apparently freedom of speech only works when you're bashing black people. You know, she was such an innovative thinker. You know, she was such a free thinker when she was bashing black people. Whenever she was bashing black culture, she was, a person of high regard. But as soon as she has an opinion about what's going on in Israel, all bets are off. Crazy, huh? So recently, David Horowitz cut ties with her. He was one of the guys that kind of discovered her, kind of put her on, and I don't know if she got fired from the Daily Wire or not, or if she still works with them, but apparently Ben Shapiro has a problem with her quote-unquote opinion about Israel. And now he's, threatening. He ain't really threatening to fire her, but, he's insinuating she should quit over her free speech. Now, I know how the whole employment thing works, you know what I mean? Most employers, you can say whatever you want to, you just got to pay the consequences of what you say. You do have free speech. All that means is you can't go to jail for what you say, unless you admit to murder or some crazy shit like that. But in this case, it's funny because the free speech, thing that they advocate, because basically it's a media outlet, and everything that they do and say is predicated off of their opinion. So her opinion now is null and void because they don't agree with what she said. And she didn't even really say anything. She more so just was against war in itself, quoting a Bible verse, right? But they took that and ran with it. They took it for what they wanted it to be. And now she's in this funny situation. It's just funny because if there ever was a social experiment, man, this would be the funniest one. They had nothing to say when she was talking about black people. Nothing. They stood back and let her bash black people left and right. When she did that George Floyd documentary, they lauded it, applauded, loved it, right? Man got killed in front of everybody. No issues. But as soon as she has an opinion about Israel, all hell breaks loose. Needless to say, I don't feel sorry for Candice Owens. The black community doesn't feel sorry for Candice Owens. She's a grifter. She's doing everything she's doing for a paycheck. Whether or not she means what she says, who cares, right? But she's pandering to a certain demographic, obviously. Everyone knows that. So now Ben Shapiro's in a weird situation where if he's pro free speech, he's going to have to let this one go, because if he fires her, then it's going to be that thing where he can't advocate for any type of free speech. He can't even really, any opinion he has, it's going to be with a asterisk on it because you fired a person of color for having an opinion or something you didn't agree on. So again, like whenever she's talking about black people, no problem. She could talk about black people until she turns 90 and it wouldn't be a problem. None of these guys will have a problem. But as soon as they disagree on something that she insinuates, then they want to threaten her livelihood. And again, I don't give a shit if they fire her or not. You know what I'm saying? If anything, this is going to teach her a lesson. And she better not talk about, well, they did this to a black person. Because now you want to be black. You wasn't black when you were bashing all the other black people. It wasn't black whenever the George Floyd situation came about and you did a whole documentary on it. You wasn't black then. But you'll be black whenever they fire your ass and they'll cut you off of their money. And then you got to figure it out what to do. I'm saying you don't have a fan base. You do have a fan base, obviously. You'll probably still continue to panic because you can't go back to, you used to be a damn Democratic leftist. And then you went to the right. You can't go flipping, flopping and all this good stuff. So I don't even know what's going to happen, to be honest. Honestly, I don't think Ben Shapiro is going to outright fire her. I think what's going to happen is they're going to try to figure something out to where they try to make it to where it was her fault somehow. He's not going to outright just fire her because it'll make him look bad. But believe me when I say this, something's going to happen to the degree of where she's going to be in the wrong of something, and it will result in her being let go. But again, I don't feel sorry for her. I mean, she's been pandering for all these years, grifting and all this stuff. She's no different than, what's the guy's name, Officer Tatum, or, the Jason Whitlocks, the Hodge twins or the conservative twins, all these goofy ass conservatives. What I don't understand? Why do they have the flag on the back of the damn video? Like, what does that make them more American than the next black person? Like, what? Does that show you that you're a safe Negro or something? Like, what? It's just crazy, man. I mean, I don't lean really to any side because I feel like both sides really don't give a shit about black people. All they want is a vote, and then just propagate their own agenda. I don't think they care either side, left or right. I really feel bad for the left because most black people, they don't see what's going on. Their vote is being taken for granted. But that's a story for another day. But back to the grifter. Yeah, she had this coming, man. She flew too close to the sun. She got to a point where she thought she could just say anything. Clearly, that's not the case. She put on her damn Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it that Ben Shapiro's acts won't be tolerated. What are you talking? You're the one being tolerated, not him. He runs the shit. He's the boss. That's the hand that's feeding you. You're the one being tolerated. You're not the one that has holding any of the cards. He is. So what are you talking about? Now you're going to have to be a good little monkey and go back to talking about black people. Something that you do very well. Something that you're known for. You're going to have to get back to the good graces. Otherwise, you're going to get your orders, your serving papers served to you. Or your release papers, whatever. But again, she had this coming. I mean, I'm not even surprised. I knew this was coming. Grifters, they they have no honor, no morals or anything. All it is really just a paycheck. This chick is doing it for the money. And again, this is a funny social experiment because again, it's clear as day. You can see it. You can see the writing on the wall. Right. On one end, she's talking about black people. They have no opinion or nothing to say. It's like, bro, that's shocking. I didn't, but then when she has an opinion about something that offends them, then they got a lot to say. So she's in the doghouse. I assume she's going to be let go at some point in the near future. And then after that, I want to see what her grift is going to be. It's pretty much going to be more of the same because she went too far to turn back. So I know she's not going to go back to trying to be pro-black. She never was pro-black. But she can't go pro-black because ain't nobody going to take her seriously no matter what she says. Right? Yeah, she's kind of just in a weird place right now. So who knows, man? Like, who knows? But again, like, free speech ain't free speech, man. Obviously, if don't advocate for it if you don't really mean it. Clearly, they didn't mean it. And they always had an agenda. Ain't nobody dumb. We knew this. Everybody know that there's an agenda. So cut that free speech shit off. Anybody who says that all the time, I hate when people say, "Well, I hate when there's politics in my movies." And when people who say that are the people who are normally don't like to see something that's different from the norm, which means a bunch of white faces. They don't want to see a speckle of anything different from what they're used to. Normally when I hear that, that's basically what it comes down to. So again, Candice Owens, she had it coming. So again, she'll be let go. It's just the how and the when. So anyways, your boy Nick, I'm out.